So one of the things, you know, as the coaching and training team that we really are wanting to do is help you all in very practical ways. And so one of the groups I had said, you know, what do you all want to learn about? What are you all needing to grow in? And they said cold calling. Cold calling. And so
it's always a challenge.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to share with you about cold calling success. And hold on, let me make sure I know how to change it. Wait, escape to exit full screen. Okay. How many of you here actually do any cold calling, whether it's face-to-face or on the phone? Excellent. Okay, good. So this is something that would be practical. How do you all feel about cold calling?
I'm learning to like it. I didn't like it before, but I like it now.
And what were you saying?
I tried it before with just business cards that I, you know, picked,
Yes.
and I'm like, okay, you know. But our company is really more of the referrals.
Yes.
Warm market.
Warm market.
Yeah, cold calling is a challenge.
It is, right?
It can be a challenge.
It is.
yeah.
It's a challenge.
It is an
And it makes a lot of people nervous. A lot of people get nervous and are scared of rejection and things like that. So some of us are not afraid of rejection, but others are. So most people have a fear of cold calling simply because we fear the rejection. But really, for some businesses, it's a really great way of prospecting, and it's an important piece of your prospecting. So we're going to discuss the success in cold calling, whether doing it face-to-face, but then also over the phone. So it's something that's practical and tangible to everyone. So the first thing you really want to make sure you do is get to the decision maker. Get to the decision maker. So getting to the decision maker is important. It's really an imperative skill that requires finesse. You can't just kind of bust in someplace and demand to speak to someone. So if you just walk in and ask to speak to the boss, you're not going to get very far. They're not, sorry, you can't see my screen, and I can't read it here, so.
No, go ahead.
We'll just speak to it. So you're not going to get very far if you just walk in and ask to speak to the boss. So the key to getting to the decision maker is to make an indirect and not assertive request for information only. So you're making an indirect, not assertive request for information only from the secretary or administrative assistant, whoever the guard dog is that's there to protect.
What type of request?
I'm going to go over that. Yeah, that's part of what we're going to discuss. So he or she at the door, the administrative assistant or secretary, they are the ones that are going to give you the facts that you need to be able to get that perfect follow-up that you are requesting. So let's say you're selling office supplies. When I was writing this, I was talking to somebody who was selling office supplies, and so I decided to use her as an example. So you might say something like, I need your help when you walk in. People like to help you, right? So you start with, I need your help. My name is Kim, and I've got some important information about office supplies. Who should I leave it for?
Who should I leave it for?
Who should I leave it for? If you get the name, you must. Mr. Big Stuff? Who do you think you are?
I know.
I couldn't resist.
Oh, good response.
Now you must ask, when they give you that name, you have to ask this double follow-up question. Is he or she the only person who makes this decision?
Good question.
Is there anyone else who works with her on this type of decision? You want to make sure you're getting the top dog, not just the guard dog. So if the front desk person says, just leave the information with me, because you know that's what they're trained to do.
Right.
If they say, just leave the information with me, you can politely say, oh great, are you the person who decides on office supplies? Is that you? They will usually back off, but if they don't, be as nice as possible in requesting that all important decision makers' name. Now, don't quit until you get that name, and then you've double confirmed that that's the only person you need to talk to. And when you're kind, they'll give you that information. They'll give it to you. So here are your guidelines, and we're going to go into the details of this, but here are the guidelines for your maximum success. Number one, this is going to be funny to you all, because it's funny. Number one, you want to ignore the no soliciting sign. You know when there's a sign on the door that says no soliciting? They're not talking to you. They're not talking to you.
It's not. We're not soliciting.
They're not talking to you.
We're building relationships.
You're exactly. You are extra today.
I am. It's called sleep deprivation.
Oh. So you're going to ignore the no soliciting sign. Number two, have your literature and your business cards ready, on hand, prepared. Okay? Number 3, ask for help. Go in there requesting their help. Number 4, get the name and the title of the decision maker. Number 5, write him or her a personal note on your business card, like on the back of your business card, and attach it to the information that you're leaving with them. Number 6, ask for and get the decision maker's card. You want to get their card. And I'm going to walk you through what this looks like.
That's half the battle right
Number
there.
7, find out when the best time is to call the decision maker. Number 8, get the name of the person who's helped you, and then write that down on the back of the decision maker's card. Write that name down. Number 9, you want to thank that person for their help. Genuinely thank them for their time and for their help. And then number 10, you want to get out of there. Leave. Before they kick you out. Just kidding.
Right.
Okay, so this is what this looks like. That's what you do. Okay, so this is what this looks like, okay? This is how this conversation goes. Hi, my name is Kim, and I was wondering if you could help me. I want to leave some valuable information about my corporate wellness services. Who decides on that type of thing? Who do you think you are? She's saying Mr. Big
This is
Stuff.
big stuff.
And then the receptionist might say, oh, that would be Mr. Smith. Now you know who the decision maker is. Okay? What would his position be? That would be my next question. And they'll give you that answer. What's his position? Exactly. Exactly. Trainer, whatever their title is. Is there anyone else who works with him on this type of decision? You're asking to make sure you've reached the top dog, the biggest person. Is there anyone else who works with him on this type of decision? If you get that question, if you get questioned about that, simply say, well, I usually leave 2 packages of information if there are 2 people who are involved in the decision making. And that will squash it. If they're like, well, just let them know. I need to leave 2 packets of information if there's more than one person who makes the decision. Okay, next is your bold move. Okay? It takes boldness to do cold calling, doesn't it? So here's your bold move. I'm leaving this information in a note for him. I wonder, can I get his card? 90% of the time, they'll just hand it to you. It's sitting right there at their desk.
Yeah, it's probably right there on the
Right?
counter.
It's right there on the counter usually.
Okay.
But you want to make sure you have the right person, so you want to get their card. And then you want to say, when would be the best time to call him? That's one last bit of information that you need before you get out of there. They know the schedule. They know the best time for you to reach him. Then you say, thank you so much for helping me. I really appreciate it. What's your name? Thank you, Susan. People love the sound of their name. So make sure you genuinely thank them using their name. They love the sound of their name, and they love it associated with praise and thanks. Okay? Yes, exactly. Now, here's all the information you got in that little short conversation. You found out, you got the decision maker's name and card. You found out whether or not they act alone. You got that decision, you got your information into that decision maker's hands because you left a packet of information. You left your card and a personal note. You made friends with the secretary, Susan. And you know the best time to call. In that quick, short conversation.
So on that note, we're going to leave on a business card on the back, kind of write something.
Yeah, you can just a little handwritten note. Looking forward to talking with you. I have some great information for you. Or would love to help you with your financial needs. Or whatever, it'd be a personal little handwritten note from you. Yes, exactly, exactly. Now, the next step is very important and where a lot of people drop the ball. You want to make sure you follow up. You want to follow up. Within 24 hours, you're going to make a follow-up phone call. And Susan, who is the guard dog at the phone, she's going to help you in any way she can because she remembers you from yesterday. So now you need, and that's really important because what you're doing there is you're making the appointment. You're setting the appointment. And so when you have this conversation, Your opening is really as important as your closing. We talk about how important closing is and to always be closing and how important it is to ask for the sale. Well, in this situation, when you're talking about cold calling, when you're talking about getting on the phone with somebody, your opening is just as important, if not more important, than your closing. So here are your rules for cold calling on the phone. Okay? This is going to sound crazy, and you all have heard it before, but you want to smile when you talk. You can tell when somebody is smiling. You can tell when they're not smiling. So you want to smile when you're talking. If you're not sure if you're smiling, pull a mirror up next to you or sit next to a mirror. You want to give your name and the name of your company. You want to get to the point fast. State your purpose within the first 2 sentences. Nobody wants any long drawn out conversations with you. They don't know you. So get to the point quickly. Be respectful of their time. Make it short and sweet. Have a sense of humor. Have a sense of humor. People are drawn to that and it puts them at ease. Offer or ask for help. Be a resource. State that you have important information for them. Make that declaration that you have important information for them. And then, of course, ask for the sale. In this case, the sale might be the actual appointment that you're trying to get, but ask for it. They're not going to ask you to sit down with you, so make sure that whatever you do, whatever your objective is, persist until you get it.